All right, folks, welcome in. I am Jake Ellenbogen, trying to get consistent here, bringing back JE Live. We're over on the StreamYard platform in case anybody wants to have any of their comments highlighted, since I am unable to do that on OBS now. It does bother me, but if you're here, welcome. If you're here after the fact, still welcome. Brock Purdy is the 49ers franchise quarterback of the future. So very interesting stuff here, and we're going to get into it. But, man, the deal right now, the deal says 5 years, $265 million with $101 million total guaranteed. So I figured I'd go live, hang out with you guys a little bit. I know how much this means to Rams fans, this contract. So I felt like it made sense to go live. Normally I wouldn't do this. I didn't go live when the Seahawks traded Geno. I didn't even make a video for that. But Brock Purdy is a quarterback for the arch rival of the Rams, and this is a very, very controversial thing here. It just is. So look, I'm going to talk about my thoughts. I'm going to be reading the chat as I go along. I am very interested to see how this works out, because we have reached a point in the NFL where you're going to have to pay good elite money. He's getting over $50 million. Brock Purdy is getting paid more than Matthew Stafford. Now, is it because of the talent? No. It's because of the age. Brock Purdy's still younger, right? So it's going to include $165.05 million in the first 3 new years of his deal. This runs through 2030. So pretty big stuff. I know 49er fans are kind of mixed. I've seen it all over social media. Some love it, some hate it. I'll say this. I think Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. For his career, this is a guy, right, that has obviously, he has playoff experience. He's played well in the playoffs. He has 64 passing touchdowns to 27 interceptions. He has a career 104.9 passer rating. The question remains, is this past year in 2024, is that who he is? Because he is not worth this money if that is who he is. And to be fair, all of his numbers dropped. All of his averages dropped. But he lost Brandon Ayuk. Deebo Samuel hasn't been a good receiver for a while now, so he fell off. And it was really the Jawan Jennings show. And, of course, George Kittle. But a big thing, a big component, he also didn't have Christian McCaffrey. So, in the effort of being fair here, I don't want to just be biased. I want to give my thoughts. I know I cover the Rams. I'm aware of that. But I don't think Brock Purdy is a bad quarterback. I just think the 49ers put themselves in a bad spot. No-win situation here. You draft a guy super late in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. He ends up working out. He bails you out of one issue that you had with Trey Lance. And now you're left having to pay him. But because he couldn't get an extension because of, the rookie wage scale and all of that, he could not get an extension. He ends up getting a lot here. He does. Some would say he's earned it. Some would say he hasn't. I will say this. The guaranteed money freaks me out. This is a guy who had a torn UCL in his elbow and then had another elbow issue to end the season. That scares me. I don't know if I'm paying that guy. I don't know about that. The cool thing, when you find a guy, Mr. Irrelevant, to play quarterback, you're likely not getting somebody with elite traits. But if you find somebody to play quarterback at the level Brock Purdy played at, you feel really good, right? But the moment Brock Purdy's play starts to fall off, you have to get back into reality, essentially, and understand that the ceiling has probably been hit. He's probably not going to be better than the 2 years ago Brock Purdy. He's probably not. Last year, there were some variables that got in the way. The injuries, like I mentioned, they were just not a good football team last year. What will happen this year? Well, Ayuk is going to take a little bit to get back. That injury is significant. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not ready for week 1. Would not be surprised at all. Ricky Pearsall has not proven anything. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. He's just unproven, which again doesn't mean anything other than he hasn't had an opportunity to show you what he is. Jawan Jennings is their best receiver, as we know currently. He had a great year last year. You have him. You have George Kittle, right? Christian McCaffrey, if he stays healthy. But there are some ifs here. And Trent Williams, we saw the moment Trent Williams went down, who's getting older, who is starting to deal with injuries again. The moment he went down, this offensive line just absolutely was flustered. How flustered, so to speak? Well, Brock Purdy was sacked more times than any year in the past, and he did not play as many games as 2023. He played one fewer, right? But he was sacked 31 times last year. 31. Here's the deal. Based on the going rate of what it takes to pay a quarterback, this is not an overpay. This is essentially what it takes to get a quarterback to be your franchise quarterback nowadays, especially if he's had success at any rate and he's young. At the same time, though, while this is the going rate, sometimes you have to get creative. You just do. Just because the Chargers had Drew Brees didn't mean that they had to keep him. And sure enough, they let him go. Maybe not the smartest move in hindsight, but they let Drew Brees go, and he went to the Saints. Matthew Stafford, could they have worked something out in Detroit instead of sending him to the Rams? Who knows? Glad we don't have to find that out, right? Here's the thing. Again, he's given you really good stuff. He has. He's worth every penny that you would expect from Mr. Irrelevant. But now you're pushing up a weight class. Now you have to pay him. You have to put your money where your mouth is. This is a lot of dough, folks. It's just a lot of money. And again, I know it's the going rate, but if I want to be honest with you here, if I was the 49ers, I would have drafted Shedeur Sanders. I would have traded Brock Purdy away. I would have looked at this season as, yeah, this season's probably a bust. They moved a lot of guys off their cap. They're eating a ton of it. And then look at next year and beyond to go forward. Oh, by the way, Mac Jones, the guy that the coach wanted and the GM wanted, Trey Lance, the guy that the coach wanted initially, is the backup quarterback. So I think if anything went awry, they would have been fine going with Mac Jones. They absolutely would have been fine with that. So I get it, but I don't feel like this is the greatest decision ever. I just feel like when sometimes you're paying the monthly fee for a subscription and it feels worth it, it's useful, and you realize it's not necessarily the best, and you could probably find other locations that offer a better product, but you've been subscribed to this subscription plan, whatever it is, for a little bit now. And one could even say you subscribed when they first came out, but now they've raised their price, and now it doesn't make any sense to keep them. Now, I understand with the 49ers, it makes sense to keep Brock Purdy, but does it make sense to pay Brock Purdy? And when I say pay, $53 million a year is wild stuff, folks. It's just a lot of money. It just is. So it's interesting, man. I don't know. I don't know about this one. This is a little wild. So we're going to find out. I guess they were in no other, they didn't have an option. But this is where my aggressiveness, if I was a GM, I'd probably get me fired, but I would have traded him away. If Geno got a third rounder for Seattle and he's older, and we know what, Aaron Rodgers got the Packers, I would have definitely considered trading away Brock Purdy. If you don't think one of these gullible teams would have taken his contract on and then signed him to that deal, think again. I would have traded Brock Purdy. I would have gotten draft capital. I could have moved up, maybe trying to entice the Titans, move up and get Cam Ward, or better yet, just get Shedeur Sanders and develop him. Or, hear me out when I say this, Kirk Cousins. If you want to win now, you didn't have to pay Brock Purdy. You could have absolutely tried to trade for Kirk Cousins. It sounds like he still could be traded. He's got familiarity with Kyle Shanahan, that's for sure. Again, I think Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. I don't want to come off like I'm hating on the guy. And honestly, I'm happy for him. I think it's a good story. It should be celebrated. It's a guy that essentially was drafted the last pick in the draft. Most of those guys don't make the roster. He not only was drafted the last pick in the draft, then he turns that money into $53 million a year. But the most important thing here is that he is going to have $181 million in total guarantees on this deal. Forget about the $265 million. We know how that thing works. What we know he's getting is $181 million total guaranteed. That is insane. That is a lot of money, right? There's going to be a lot of question marks. There's going to be a lot of different things. Was this a smart move? We're going to find out. Hindsight is 20/20 after all. But I think from the Rams perspective, because after all, we are a Rams channel, right? From the Rams perspective, they should feel very good about this. Yeah, sure. This keeps the 49ers competitive. But does this take the 49ers to the next level? See, I don't subscribe to the notion. I used to. I no longer do. I don't subscribe to the notion that you can't win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy. You can't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You can't win a Super Bowl without a top-notch quarterback. I don't subscribe to that. I don't. And here's why. Because the way it should be viewed is simply the margin for error. If you have an elite quarterback, your margin for error is way wider than, say, somebody who doesn't have an elite quarterback. That doesn't mean you have an elite quarterback means you win automatically. I mean, no one is going to discredit Jalen Hurts after winning the Super Bowl, but is he a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes? No, he is definitely not. However, the Eagles' margin for error, while it's a little bit slimmer with Jalen Hurts as opposed to Patrick Mahomes, it's wider because of the rest of the team. They had a better roster. Simply put, that's the thing. So you can win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy. He's a good football player in this league, and he is a top half of the league quarterback. But the problem is, if he hit his ceiling and you just paid him the way you paid him like he's just scratching the surface of what he can become. That may be the case, but he has injury concerns with that elbow that I'm not going to let go. I still feel like that's an issue. He doesn't have a frame that is going to withstand getting punishment. He can't take on 30-plus sacks a year. It's going to bother him. And again, the ceiling isn't as high as some others. So is the ceiling not as high but still high, or is the ceiling gone? Like, is it at the floor now? Are you touching the floor? Is this what it is? Is the ceiling capped? And that's what we'll find out. And that's ultimately what I believe is going to decide whether or not this contract was a good move or not. Some of what the 49ers did I really liked. I mean, I really liked when they went out. I mean, you know what I mean by it. Football-wise. Maybe not the Rams fan me is like, oh, yeah, I'm so glad they got Mykel Williams. But Mykel Williams could end up being the defensive rookie of the year. I like some of the things they did. I don't agree with everything they did. I don't think that they are the best organization in the league. I don't think they're the worst organization in the league. I think they're run pretty well, but I do have issues with the way they're run in some facets, like spending all that money on a backup tight end, not addressing the offensive line until late in the draft, like stuff like that. I just don't get it. They don't have a plan post Trent Williams, Right now, they don't. They let their plan go and sign with the Kansas City Chiefs. So they don't have that plan either. But you could make the argument the Rams are dealing with the same thing with Rob Havenstein. That's fair. But Rob Havenstein doesn't play the blind side now, does he? It's hard to find good blindside protectors in this league, and it's really hard to find a blindside protector on the level of Trent Williams. So the Rams play this team twice, obviously, because they're in their division. And Brock Purdy has kind of an interesting track record against the Rams because he's looked really good, and then the last time they saw him, he didn't look so good. So really, when you look at Brock Purdy throughout his career, this is somebody that I think he played pretty well against the Rams, but he does have a losing record against them. He is 1-2. He has a 61.63 completion percentage, 640 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 91.2 passer rating. Now, the interesting thing here is 91.2 is one of the lowest that he's had, simply put. And 61.63 is one of the lowest outputs he's had from a completion percentage standpoint. Now, that's saying something because he's faced them 3 times. He's also faced Seattle 5 times. In the 5 appearances against Seattle, he's 4-1. So he's 1-2 against the Rams, 4-1 against Seattle, and then Arizona, he's 4-1. So he wins games. And I hate to be the quarterback wins guys, but he wins games in the NFC West. He has not been great against the Rams. He's had his moments, like he had the 3 touchdown game to Jawan Jennings, but he's not been like what he is against other teams. And I think the Rams defense got better. So if you're a Rams fan, obviously you feel good about this. This is what you wanted. Don't just take my word for it. Look in the comments section all over my channel, all over the Rams channel. This is what Rams fans have been waiting for. People were going to celebrate this contract. Now, I think some people got a little too carried away and said it would be 60, 70 million. That was never going to happen. I thought it would be like 45 to 50. This is a little bit more than I expected, but it is the going rate for getting a young quarterback at this day and age. And let's just be honest here. There are issues with the way things are going with this league, what it's turning into. You now have, these incredibly expensive wide receivers. You got these incredibly expensive edge defenders. It's crazy. I mean, Myles Garrett's getting paid 50, right? I totally forgot about that. So that's the thing. Like, you do have things like that to worry about, to talk about, all of that. The way the league is trending, though, it's very simply put, it is trending towards there's going to be some sort of relief, I think, given to teams. I don't know if they'll add like aprons or something like the NBA, but there should be a soft cap because it should be easier to bring back your own guys and pay your own guys. I don't know why it's not. There should be bird rights, all of that. I say that all the time. People are probably tired of hearing it, but it's true. It should. But like, we're getting to the point where now, like, Brock Purdy is making $53 million a year. Well, what the hell is going to happen when it's time to pay Jaden Daniels and he continues to do what he does? If he does, what is his contract going to be? I don't know what his contract's going to be. So, yeah, I just, for me, I think this was probably, I don't think it's a horrible deal, but I think there was probably a better option. And yeah, they chose to go in this direction. But I see Ram Your End Zone is saying this is exactly what Jesse wanted. Those of you who don't know, Jesse is one of the cohorts on the NFC West roundtable with me. So that's who Jesse is. Good friend of mine. He's happy, though, I guess, right? If that's what he wanted. I actually forgot exactly what he wanted. But I guess he's happy. I mean, I'm sure he's live right now. So, probably not going to have a tweet up or anything like that. I could text him, but again, he's probably live. So, yeah, I don't see anything here. So he definitely must have gone live. And if he's live, then I mean, it just means he's doing his work. Yeah. Oh, is he not live? Brandon's live. Or Brandon is Brandon? What is going on? It says he's live, but he's not live. YouTube is slacking, man. Now it says nobody's live. So I don't know what the hell is going on. No idea. No clue. That was weird. I hit the wrong button. Yeah. I like being able to actually like post or like pin comments. We did it during the draft stream, and that's what I want to do. I want to interact with you guys. I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, that's cool. I read and no one knows who I'm talking to. Yeah, I think I wouldn't say the Niners aren't a threat. And actually, let's go through it. I want to go through it. Playoff predictor. Because I really don't think the 49ers are done. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think they're done. There are a lot of people that are out on them. Fine. I'm not betting against the 49ers. I just never will. Because I've already done that before, and it just never works out the way you want it to. Okay. So, just doing the 49ers here. Let's see. Okay. So here is playoff predictors. We got the 49ers schedule up. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they are going to... that's tough. Chat, who do you guys got? 49ers or Seahawks? That's interesting. I kind of feel like the 49ers are still going to win, but on the road, it could be tough. I'm going to go with the 49ers. If Geno was playing and not Darnold, I would trust Geno more. I think they just know Sam Darnold too well. And the last time they went up against Sam Darnold, Darnold wrecked them. This is going to be a different team, so I'll take the Niners in week 1. Okay, moving on, week 2, Niners. The Saints are not going to be good. I don't think Tyler Shuck is going to work out. 49ers, Cardinals. I'll take the Niners at home, so the 3-0 to start. Then I'll take the Niners over the Jaguars, 4-0. I'll take the Rams over the Niners, so 4-1. Then I'll take the Bucks over the Niners, even though they do have a mini bye there. And then I'll take the Niners over the Falcons. Let's see what we got here. Niners. I'll take the Texans in that one at home over the Niners. So they drop to 5-3. And then Niners are going to beat the Giants. So 6-3. And I'll take the Niners to split the season series against the Rams. Short week. 7-3 49ers. I'll take the Cardinals to split the season series in Arizona. That's 7-4. Niners over the Panthers. I like that, 8-4. So then we'll do. Oh, are they on a bye? No, none. Okay, the Browns. Yeah, I'll take the Niners there. Okay, so 9-4, and then they're on a bye. Okay, so we move on to week 15 here. Oh, a week 14 bye for the Niners is kind of wild. I'll take them over Tennessee. Rested, all that. And then I'll take Indy there. I'll take the Niners over the Bears. And I will take the Niners to sweep the season series against Seattle and go 12-4. What? Did I miss a game? Oh, I guess it didn't register. 12-5. That's what I got. I got the 49ers going 12-5. I think their schedule is really easy. I gotta be honest with you with the Cardinals, because I see in the comments section, and I get it, but I am not as high on the Cardinals as I thought I was going to be. But here, we'll do the Rams real quick, fill in the NFC West. Subject to change, of course, before the NFC West roundtable, because we'll talk about that. But we'll put in the Rams games now. And then, yeah, we'll put in the Seahawks and the Cardinals and kind of go over that. So, okay, so that. Then the Rams have the bye. I like the week 8 bye, I'm not going to lie. And then I definitely like coming off the bye, going up against New Orleans at home. I did it again. Oh my God, I did it again. It didn't register again, once again. Okay, so I got 13-4 Rams, 12-5 49ers. Now let's see Seattle here. Yeah, I have Seattle losing that. We'll do Seattle and Arizona. So I got Arizona taking on the Saints. They'll win that. And then Arizona, Cardinals, Carolina. I'll take the Cardinals at home. I'll take Seattle to lose to the Steelers. I'll take the Seahawks to beat the Saints. I'll take the Cardinals. Where are the Cardinals? Oh, they losing the 49ers. Okay. Week 4, Arizona wins at home against Seattle. I'm going to take Arizona over Tennessee. I could also hold up. I'm still going to take Tampa over Seattle. I just am. I don't care about the bye. I don't. Why do I feel like the Jaguars are going to win this game? I don't know why. I just do. So I'm going to take the Jaguars. I'm going to take the Colts to beat Arizona as well. Last time those two played, it was a close game. I'll take the Colts. Take the Packers over Arizona. I'll take the Seahawks in a little bit of an upset over the Texans. Let's see here. Both of them are on a bye. Week 9, Washington, and I'll take Arizona over Dallas. Week 10. Oh, they play each other. I'll take Seattle at home. Split the series. And then I'll take... Oh, they're already filled in. Okay, so week 12. I'm going to take Titans in that one. And then the Cardinals... I'll take them over the Jags. Take the Bucks. I'll take Seattle in a rematch or return for... well, not return. Sam Darnold goes up against his former team. This isn't hard. Seattle dropping to... I'll take the Seahawks. And then the Cardinals lose to the Rams. Okay, so then week 15, Houston over Arizona. Seattle over Indy. And then the Rams lose to the Seahawks, and the Cardinals beat the Falcons. And then week 17, I got Carolina beating Seattle. Where's Arizona? Bengals taking on the Cardinals and beating them. And then the last game of the year, yeah, both of them lose. So I have what, 5 and 10? How does that work? Something's off. Like why do I get 5 and 10 from Seattle? Why is that? It's amazing how I click on it and it doesn't always register. Like I totally clicked on this. Where is... Is it week 8? Okay, so they're by there. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to retrace my steps here and find it. Arizona's good. I already have them locked in. Okay, where's the last Seahawks game that I'm missing? Oh, and I totally hit that. So, yeah, I kind of hate to be just the type that's just like, oh, yeah, Rams... 49ers will dominate as long as they stay healthy, and then Cardinals and Seahawks will kind of just battle for being the most mid team in the division. But man, I like the Rams at 13-4. I could see the Niners. Maybe I gave them more, like one more win than I actually think they're going to have. Let's see. I want to make this accurate. See, I'll give the Bears. I think the Bears are going to be better than people think. So, yeah, the Bears will win that game. So the 49ers go 11-6, and then the Cardinals. Let's see here. What do I have for the Cardinals? I have 8-9 currently. Do I feel good about that? I just want to make sure I have everything the way I want it. I could see Arizona beating Green Bay. I could. I might go back to that. Because I know people like the Arizona Cardinals draft. But is it because of Will Johnson? Because I actually didn't love the Cardinals draft. I thought it had some good pieces. I like Cody Simon. I don't know. So I think I'm going to give the Cardinals one more win here. And it is going to be that Packers game. So the Cardinals go 9-8. The Rams go 13-4. The 49ers go 11-6. And then Seattle. Do I want to give them one more win, one more loss? Where am I leaning here? I feel pretty good about those 3 so far. Okay, that is good. I could see this going a different direction. I'm going to stick with the Bucs. Yeah, I think we're good on that. Oh, I'll take them over the Titans. And then yeah, I think that's pretty good. The problem is, I think they're all 500 plus, 500 or above teams. Coming off a mini bye, I'll take Seattle. That's all I'll do. So I think every team in this division is going to be a 500 or above team. That's what I think. So I have the Rams at 13-4. I have the 49ers at 11-6. I have the Seahawks at 9-8 and the Cardinals at 9-8, meaning everybody in this division is above 500. I understand you don't like them, but the 49ers absolutely are going to be competitive. They don't have a good schedule. They just, I mean, they have a great schedule, but they don't have a challenging schedule. Like, we go back, all right, here's the Niners schedule. I'd love to be able to bring it up so it goes just, it's just the Niners. How do I do that? No way to do it, huh? Should be able to like toggle for just like a team. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah. So they start off Seattle, then they have the Saints. That's a win. The Cardinals, Seattle and Arizona, you know, that could go, that's 50-50. That could go either way. But I think they split the series anyway. Then week 4, they played Jacksonville. Then they got the Rams. Then they got the Bucks. But like aside from that, they got the Falcons. They got, who am I missing here? Oh, they got the Texans here. I mean, I won't say it's super easy, but there are moments like going up against this Giants game, like, you know, Carolina, the Browns. Then you get a week 14 bye, so Titans, and then you got the Colts, and I didn't have them winning that game. The Bears, I don't know if you have them winning that game, and then the Seahawks. I don't know. I think the 49ers are going to be pretty good. That's what I think. I just do. So, NFC West should be pretty crazy this year. I'm just saying. I would not sleep on this division. I'll do like a full-on prediction when we get closer. I'm not going to do it now. That's pointless, and it's going to take a lot of time. It took a lot of time anyway. Also made me exhausted. Just like clicking and all that. It just is tiring, you know. But I just wanted to go live, talk about the Brock Purdy thing. And that was an added bonus since we were live and people were asking me what I thought about the NFC West, and there it is. I think the Rams do win it, though. And if they don't, then that means something really bad happened injury-wise. But I'm pretty sure they're going to win it. And I do still believe Stafford is the best quarterback in that division, without a doubt. I still believe Sean McVay is the best head coach. You know, they have a lot of the best, right? They probably have the best wide receiver room. They probably have... I mean, offensive line is probably up there. I'd say their offensive line is the best in the division. Then you have the defensive line. I'll take the Rams. You have the linebackers. That's probably the 49ers. You have the corners. Honestly, Seattle has an argument, but if the Rams do get Ramsey, like I believe they will, the Rams will have the better cornerback room. And they still might already have the better cornerback room. Better safety room, Rams. Rams are the best team in this division. We'll see how it works out at the end of the year, but that's the way I see it. And another thing, the way I see it, is that the last 2 years they've started off slow. But you knew that they were a great team. You knew what they could be. This year, they're not going to start off slow. I'm telling you. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this like new look, let me know in the comment section below. If you want me to go back to OBS, let me know. But this is just to be able to pin comments, super chats, all that, because I do like engaging, and I just don't feel like I've been able to do that as of late. So that's that. Appreciate you guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks.